are several ways that you can move around, and they are as easy as using your arrow keys. If you use your arrow keys to turn, you can turn left, you can turn right. If you use your forward and back arrow, then you start walking. Now, by the way, this walk is not the walk that you will have as a new person. That's an animation. The animation also is the thing that allows me to have this stance when I stop. That's done by an animator. And if you look up here, this is a little off track, but it's just something to take note of. What I've got is an animation overrider right here, and it's on. So that's what allows me to have preloaded animations that mimic walks and stances and things like that. If I turn it off, then you can see how my stance changes. It changes back to what it would have been when I was brand new. And also, I've got the duck walk, which is what you would have had when you started. So just so you know that those things are overcome by animators, and that's how you change that walk. And this is what you always see in Second Life, is you see the back of your head. So you see it as if you were really walking, unless you use your camera controls to see something else. So now the other thing we want to talk about is we want to talk about, okay, you're walking along the ground, but Second Life really has a lot of opportunity for you to fly or to teleport from other places. So if you take your cursor and you go down to the move, I'm in walk mode right now. If I change it to running mode, then if I go back and I do the same thing I had been doing, my forward and back arrows, I'm doing it in a running stance, not a walking stance. Okay, and the other thing I can do is fly. Now, if I use this button, it will automatically start me flying. Or on a PC, I use my page up key, and that will allow you to go higher. And you can see that I went faster than my hair. Page up and page down on a PC will allow you to fly. On a Mac, it's the function key with either the up or down arrow. So it's a little different on Mac versus PC. As I am flying, you will notice in Second Life, I only get to a certain point before I can no longer fly. And what I have to do is I have to get one of these right here, flight feather. Okay, they are free, and if you just do a search under flight feather, or you find a landmark for where you can get one, and we'll show you those as we go along. A flight feather allows you to go fly higher than what your normal avatar would be able to do. So just so you know that. So I'm going to go down again. And if I just page down or function down key, I'll get back on the ground. The other way to get around is you can teleport. And there's a couple ways to teleport. If I have an event that I get a listing for, it will usually give me a landmark that I can teleport to, and I'll cover that in sessions to come. Another way I can get to a place is to use the map. And if I go up to World and I want to click on the world map, what it will do is it will default, let me move this over, it will default to where I am right now. And what this shows is the House of Flames island from above. It shows me in the yellow here where my position is. Green dots show anybody else who is on that island. And that's going to be important, because if you ever go to a teaching event or a concert or something where a lot of people are gathered, and you get to the general area where you know this thing is being held, but you can't tell exactly where to go from the teleport location, if you click on the map, you'll see stacks of green dots in a particular place. And what I could do is, if I wanted to go right to where that place was, I would crosshair and click, and then click teleport, and it would take me right to where those folks were, in most cases. So I see that. If I wanted to go someplace else, like in Second Life, there is a virtual Paris. it shows me every place that has Paris in the name of the island. So if I want to go to Paris, New York, if I want to go to the Paris Eiffel Tower, I can click on that and it's going to take me there. And here I am. So that's one way of teleporting. And this is going to take a couple of seconds to res so that everything can be seen. But I am going to go to the Eiffel Tower in Second Life. And it's still resing, so I'll talk while it's resing so you can see it. But somebody has created this. There are Rio de Janeiro, there's Italy, there's so many places you can visit that it pays to take some time to go look. And what you see on the lower right here are rules. If you want to stay on that land and you want to look around, there are rules. So let me get back to the House of Flames Island. And we've got Flameheart, who is the founder of the House of Flames, who's going to offer me a teleport back to that island. So Flameheart is going to offer me a teleport, and you can see that show up on the bottom. And I'm going to click that. And I am going to teleport right to where she is in just a second. So here I am. And as we're resing here, because I just moved from another area, so it has to put everything back in the cache. And then resing beside me is Flameheart. And Flameheart, you can tell, has an outfit on that's a little bit more advanced. The outfit skirt is made with flexi prims. So that means that as she walks, the skirt flares up, and flexi prims are used in everything from clothing to plant life to make it appear more natural, to sway with the breeze. So this is the House of Flames, and let me back off a little bit so you can see what it looks like. And it's not quite done resing. And this is where having optimized settings probably help. My settings are a little bit tweaked, a little bit higher than the optimized settings. So that means when I go to a new place, it takes an extra minute for me to res things, whereas in some cases otherwise it wouldn't. But this is the House of Flames, and this is where the live music shows actually take place, of how to navigate in Second Life and how to get around and how to make friends and how to communicate. And in sessions to come, we'll deal with how to get around a little bit more, how to create landmarks, how to do some simple building, and then on from there into how to create a Second Life business. So thank you so very much for joining me, and we look to see you next time.